And that's how the theme song goes. Hey there, welcome back to the Constitutionals Podcast. I'm your host, Chad White. And if you didn't know, this is the premiere podcast for the website, cpluscomedy.com. Like I just said, it's a website. Go there. So, look at this. Like I said, you shouldn't last week, if you watched the first video episode of this stupid show, you shouldn't have gotten attached to my childhood bedroom, which is the set for pretty much everything I did for this website and anything else. I was moving. I was in the midst of moving, and I am here in this new place. I'm in a, technically, I guess it was an office for the master bedroom, which is right through there. I don't believe that is true. I believe it was a closet of some sort. I believe it was either that or some type of storage space, because this place is tiny, and I'm going to come right out and say I hate it. Let's just be completely honest. My bed doesn't fit. There's no box spring under it, so my back hurts all the time. My box spring is at a different location, along with, I would say, maybe 10% of my stuff, because that didn't fit in here. Even still, behind this half of this futon, this is a futon that is half folded up. Behind this futon are several boxes that include like my games, my books, my movies, clothes, towels, all that good stuff. And here I am, struggling. I mean, it's not so bad, but I mean, there's supposedly a rat in there. They had like 8 rats. One more is yet to be found, so it might be in there. I did see giant cockroaches crawl on this far wall, where I'm looking at the TV right now. And the GoPro right behind that are where I saw these cockroaches crawl out. I was watching Zootopia. Let me tell you the story. I was watching Zootopia, and I saw one crawl on the wall, and I paused me. I said, what the F is that? I get up, I smack it falls to the ground. We have a little war. It crawls through this door. I put a plastic bag under the door, and I blocked it off with a box. I don't know where it went. Saw a second one, like maybe 10-15 minutes later. Second one comes through. I figure there's a and I won't even say balcony, but there's a balcony. There's a tiny little balcony, just a tiny little balcony that is maybe the size from my shoulder to this dresser. That is how big the balcony is. I saw these. There's a bag out there, so I think it might be trash from when the last person lived here. And I saw it crawl under and then crawl on the wall. I smacked that one. It runs down and it crawls through the crack of the door to the balcony. So what I did was, naturally, I taped off the doorway with aluminum foil and tape. So I do not like this place. It's disgusting, and it's tiny. Did you see the kitchen is just nasty too? You might say I'm a little bougie, but I have certain standards of living, and call me bougie if you want, because that's how it is. So this is the Constitutionals Podcast. Nice 4-minute diversion. Was that a diversion, or was it 4 minutes? Anyway, let's get to this. I didn't write down any topics because, again, I was moving. And I could barely do news time. Also, I do apologize if you saw news time this week and it wasn't good. Just know that I am very sorry. I wanted it to be good, but the issue was I was in the midst of moving. I didn't have time to shoot. I barely had time to write it. Barely had time to shoot. Shot on Sunday night and put it out Monday evening. So there's that. Those are my issues, but it's not like anybody watches this stuff anyway. And you know what sucks is that I have been applying to jobs. Indeed has told me I've applied to 170 so far. Glassdoor, it's probably a little bit less than that. So all in all, I'd probably venture to say it's maybe even about 400 jobs I've applied to, and none of them have responded. And that's over 3 years. Of course, it's over 3 years, but none of them have responded, with the exception of maybe 5. It's very difficult. People think that I would like. I know I don't want to do a desk job, but people think that since I'm not doing a desk job, and since I'm working as, a dog walker, a mover, and doing all these gigs things, that I would like to stay in that position, and that is my choice to stay in that position, but it is not. Because when you apply to jobs and you change your resume 400 different times, you write 400 different cover letters, or you change up 400 different cover letters, it really wears down on you. And I'm going to be brutally honest that I don't want to do this anymore, and it sucks. And not everybody's going through the same thing. And I can say that because I know people who have just jumped right into it, had jumped right into the real world, and are doing just swell, or people who are doing decently. I know I'm doing better than somebody else, but I would like to do better because it has been too long for me to be like this. So there we have it. As you see, my Xbox box is up there. The PS4 box is behind it. The Nintendo Switch box is right next to it. I got a blender next to it. There's just a cavalcade of crap up in here. Like I have not unpacked a lot of stuff because it does not fit in here, and it is just so frustrating. Anyway, let's get back from my horrible life. Let's look into some stuff. Actually, you know what? Since I don't even have a plan here, this is gonna be the worst second episode of this podcast since this actual second episode. Last week we ran too long. I ran too long, and that camera shut off at 17 minutes because that's what DSLRs do. They shut off after they stop recording after a certain amount of time. I don't know why, and then it just shut off at because that's how I set it up at 3 minutes. After 3 minutes of not recording, and then we're just stuck with this, and then the audio failed on this end of the audition. That failed about 46 minutes in, and I would say maybe 3 people watched it. I didn't watch it, so thank you to those 3 people who watched it. I appreciate you. I really do. I really do. If you've even made it this far, I almost pressed the mute button on the mic. It's very interesting here at what am I going to call this? Chateau Dirt. Chateau Dirt. That's such a mean thing. I feel like I came off as just a bully for saying, now here comes the siren, for these things. And the worst part, one of the worst things is, besides the dirt, besides the rats, beside the cockroaches, and in this tiny room, is that it's located? The house is located on a road, on a very busy road. So getting out with a moving truck was difficult. I hit the mailbox. Getting out with my car is always difficult. God forbid, but the only time I don't have an issue is in the morning when I'm going to the gym around 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock. But other than that, just real tough. Like, I have to go and start doing some crappy little dog walks. I hate dog walking so much. I hate dogs. I hate them. But when I get out in a couple of minutes here, after I finish recording this trash fire, to go do some dog walks, it's going to take me a minute to get out. I know it. I gotta go certain ways, but I'm closer to the city, so I'm not wasting gas. But I'm also miserable. All I want is for someone to hire me. I would do anything. I would do if a mob contacted me and said, "Hey, man, be our mob boy. You don't have to kill anybody. All you gotta do is just keep your mouth shut." I would do it. I'm always on the lookout for very weird jobs that pay a decent amount. A mob boy. There's got to be a better way to hold this microphone. The base is still attached, but it's a nice microphone. It's a Blue Yeti Pro. Let me tell you, it's not that just a regular USB one. It's the Blue Yeti Pro. I can plug it in and use it on any amp or cross pattern. And I like this new I like these camera angles I got here. I got a forward, I got a side. Oh my gosh, you can really tell I am reaching for topics to talk about. I do like Zootopia. It's a great movie. I was gonna say show. Speaking of shows, I haven't. So I don't have cable, obviously, because I'm in a tiny little place. I almost pulled the cord out from this mic. It would have ruined all of the audio. I don't have cable, but I do have logins from my family for cable. But I haven't been home in the past 5 days because I've been working my butt off so I can afford a tiny room. Tiny Room. That's going to be my favorite new TLC show. Tiny Room is where they just find people housing in tiny rooms. Like tiny houses are crazy. You find a tiny room. If it fits you and you like it, you win. Or do you win the tiny room? I like this 4x4x4 space here. It's great. I'm able to not stretch my legs. I can just stand still as I go to sleep. And sometimes I can squat, but only if I don't feel bloated that day. Yep, there's that. So, that's all we got. The World Cup's going on. You know, I didn't even know that there's no one in the World Cup. It's just the ball on the field people are screaming at. I heard that if there's just a ball in the field, people in the stadium, they stomp so hard that they create an earthquake that moves the ball closer to the goal, and if the people on one side of the stadium score, then they get free burritos. I could have said nachos. I could have gone with anything that wasn't as remotely racist as burritos. Oh my gosh. I started playing this game called Late Shift. It's on Xbox and I think PS4, and it's on Steam. But it's an interactive movie. And what their website is telling me is it's the world's first cinematic interactive movie. And it's a good, I hate saying good game, blah, blah, blah. It's a really fun game, and I'm enjoying myself. It's not a game so much as it is something that it's an interactive movie. So imagine some guy, and I swear, I promise, if I'm smart enough, I will edit in video of this. It's some guy who is it's a British dude who's, oh good lord, what is going on here? This is why no one watches this stupid show. You're a British guy who is caught up in heist, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You're caught up in a heist, and each choice you make deals with how the story plays out. Well, not really. It's not so much as Telltale games or The Witcher or any one of these other story games that you affect the ending. It's like you get one or two choices and then the story goes off from there. Like, it's not Detroit Become Human, which I've been playing as well. It's a game where you make one choice and he kind of just says something, but the story continues. And it's really fun. I'm enjoying myself. Here comes another siren. I would say I'm about, it's an hour. It's basically what I'm saying on YouTube is it's about an hour and 9 minutes, hour 18. I would say maybe I'm about a little less than an hour in, so I'm almost done. The guy just got betrayed. It's not written very well. You can see things. You can see the way the story plays out almost instantly, like from the start. Well, not from the start, but by the time the actual story begins. My guy is getting betrayed or something like that. No, not getting betrayed. So the heist is to steal a porcelain bowl from an Asian family, from an Asian mob family. You do it, but two of the people from the heist die that tricked you into the heist. And now you're with this woman who's very beautiful, but she betrays you, and that's where I am right now. And I'm enjoying myself. It's a good time. It's fun. It's the last game I've been playing. My Switch is over there. I haven't touched it since I moved. Now, I haven't touched the PS4 since I moved either. I'd love to play Detroit Become Human, but I can't set anything up with fear of it creating more heat. Also, there's no air conditioning in here. Let me not forget that. There is one thing right there. Obviously, yes, the air works downstairs. It does not come up here. And also heat rises. So it's very hot in here all the time. And it's 90 degrees in Atlanta. 94 degrees in Atlanta. So do the math. I found a little fan. I found one during a move at a storage facility. It was going to be thrown out. I said, let me take that. I got it. And now we keep air circulating here, but it's still so hot. This is the Complaintcast. And that is the title of this episode. This is the Complaintcast, and that is the title of this episode. What if I just said the title out loud in every single episode of this stupid podcast? I just said, and this is the title of the episode. And this is the title of the episode. That's it. That's all I really have. Let's see what else is in the news. Weird Al Yankovic. Let's see what else is in the news. Comedian Tim Barnes on Twitter, I just saw, or a couple of minutes ago, an hour ago, I saw. It doesn't matter the time frame. He put up a tweet that said something along. Oh, he said, "Here's a preview of my next set," and on Notebook it said, "So let's see what else is in the news," and that's it. I thought that was so funny. Weird Al Yankovic, he put out his Ridiculously Indulgent. What's it called? His last tour, his musical tour, where he played all of his original songs, not the what's it called? The covers. He plays his original 77 original songs, and he put it out. It's all on Stitcher, so you can watch it. I mean, listen to it. Why did I say watch it? Every single night is a different set list. So there you go. So listen to that. It's great. So far, the podcast purge did go well. It's doing well. I'm struggling to again, since I've been working so much. Since I've been Tom Worcester so much, I've been missing out on podcasts. I've been having to just delete episodes entirely. And Wednesdays happen to be very big days. What's today? Wednesday? Yeah. We got the best show. We got Hollywood Handbook Pro version. We got Throwing Shade, Deeper Shade of Shade, Talking Simpsons, Dr. Game Show sometimes if it has a good episode. Yo, Is This Racist? Who Charted? Tuesdays are good too. This is only for me. I've realized that this show is only for me, and no one else enjoys it. Oh my gosh. And at this point, I'm just trying to get enough time to get it to at least 20 minutes. Because that's how it works. Because, as a content provider, I just provide content. I wonder if I'd be good at hosting a radio show. Because I've been vamping for the past... this camera turned off. It already turned off. So you're stuck with this one. I've already been vamping for the past, I would say, 18 minutes, 42 seconds. The GoPro says 19 minutes, but the audio started 18 minutes and 42 seconds ago. So I've been vamping for that long. Look at this. I can't even stick my fingers up. That'd be a good title for this episode, right? So I wonder if I'd be good at the radio. I think I'd be decent. I wouldn't do very well at tossing to songs. I was just looking at the audio waveforms. I was trying to see if I'm really talking into the microphone or if this is recording off of the laptop. And that's what I'm thinking it is. No, it's not. It's recording off the microphone. I just had to make sure. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You see that box back there to this side right here? That is a bunch of snacks I can't keep in the kitchen because I don't have enough pantry space. Oh my gosh, what a good time. Oh, the guy from the creator of Too Many Cooks, he put out not a sequel, but he put out something else for Adult Swim that basically makes fun of video game walkthroughs and YouTubers. Very funny. Also, it's Emmy season. Emmy contender season. So we got a lot of Emmy contenders emails. All that for your consideration posts on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. I think it's pretty cool. I would love to do that. I would love, people are like, I don't want to campaign for an award. I would do it in a heartbeat. I would sell my soul for that stuff. Don't be uppity. You're not a princess. Can I see myself? The camera turned. I'm just going to turn off the camera. It's just sitting there, wasting battery. Wasting battery. That's also going to be the name of my new store. Wasting battery, where you bring in your iPhones, your Nintendo Switches, your cameras, all that good stuff, and we just leave it on for you, and we drain your battery. That's such a stupid concept. Oh my god, I hate my life. Man. Well, we're about at that point. Biggest news. My birthday was yesterday. The day that this podcast usually comes out, which is Tuesdays. My birthday was yesterday. Today is a Wednesday that I'm recording this. And I was unable to put out the episode because I was working all day. And then I had something to do with somebody at night. So I wasn't even here. Like, I was still sweaty when I had something to do. It was dinner. No big deal. So there you go. That's what I was doing. I wanted to do it, but I didn't. I didn't have time. All right. Well, that's all I got to talk about. I got nothing else. Let me check where I keep my notes for the stupid show. I'm sure I wrote something down. Did I? No, I didn't. This is still last week's stuff. Oh, good night. What? No, okay, that was last week's. The podcast purge was still on there. Yep. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Well, if you like this podcast, I don't know why you would. You can go to the website cpluscomedy.com, where there's nothing. I haven't written anything in a very long time, but there's episodes of News Time there. I'll get to News Time in a second. Follow us on Twitter at cpluscomedy. Follow me on Twitter at ChadBlackWhite. Like us on Facebook. Go to YouTube page, youtube.com/cpluscomedy, where you can watch News Time. It's only one show sometimes, and this video podcast too as well. It's a video version of this podcast. So this week's episode of News Time, like I said, it's not that good. It is about Double Dare, the return of Double Dare. I didn't like it. I didn't like doing this episode. I did not see the new Double Dare. I would love to. I didn't like the episode. It's very short. It's the shortest episode I've done since I started regularly doing longer form stories. A bus drove by and shook the house. It just creaked. Anyway, go watch News Time. All right. That's it. Oh my God.